Well, let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. Take a look at the Hawks. They're right now in the 8th spot in the conference here in the early part of the season. And checking out Brooklyn, a few slots below them.
And I think for the Hawks, seeing them where they are now, it's easy to forget just how awful they were a season ago. This is a team that's made major strides to lift themselves into the middle of the pack.
Boy, I tell you what, it's been a grit and grind effort for them. They know how to win, and that's not something you could say about them last year.
So the Nets starting 5. Randall out there with Green. Then it's Cody Zeller. Then there's John Morant. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2 spot. And for the Hawks, we've got Oubre. Brown out there with Rose. Then there's Ayton. And it's Hachimura in at the 4-man position. And so it's the Hawks getting on the board first. Here's Morant. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Greg, we've got 2 terrific highlight-making teams, both athletic in so many ways.
You know, it makes me hearken all the way back to college, and one of my teammates, Stacey Ogden, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside. Well, we're going to see a lot of his impact in tonight's game.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Rose surveying the D. Now the pass to Brown. Oubre against Green. Now here's Oubre. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The kick out to Brown. And the shot is long.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Dinwiddie's shot is off.
Boy, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lay-in.
Here's Rose. That one no good. Morant with some nice D.
You know, currently they're just 1 of 5 from the field. That's not going to get it done.
And it's blocked by Brown. A nice shot by Zeller. The Hawks have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Hachimura with it. He picked up 27 points in their last win again.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. I mean, he dominated the backdoor.
Well, decision-making is something Rose is really good at. Excellent at reading the defense and then exploiting the pick and roll.
And it's Morant missing. And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for Atlanta. Trailing by 2, and that one's good. Hachimura.
Rose, a very solid floor general. I think that's an underrated part of his game. He's excellent at finding his teammates.
Pass to Morant. 1:06 left in the first quarter. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Dinwiddie's got 5 now.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
It's Brown on the wing. Pass to Hachimura. Off target with his 3. Nets leading by 3. The 8-footer. Again, the Nets for 2.
In transition, Randall extremely mobile for a power forward.
The Hawks have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Rose passes to Brown. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And you know what? Very close to a 3-point play right there.
Yeah, he almost got that one down. I mean, those are the kind of aggressive plays coaches love to see.
And Brown drops them both.
And the vertical that Brown has is quite impressive. As relentless a finisher that you'll find in this league.
Dinwiddie against Brown. Here's Dinwiddie. He's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
Yeah.
A good, close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Nets out in front, up by 3. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
Kelly Oubre out there with Hachimura. Then there's Derrick Rose. Then there's Brown. And it's Ayton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hawks.
Yeah, they call him Dancing Danny Green, and you can see why. Excellent offensive instincts there.
And the dunk by Hachimura.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Dinwiddie kicks to Randall, and stolen by Ayton. To the middle, here's Brown, and finished off by Brown.
Hey, I don't think there's any excuse for allowing Brown to get that deep. I mean, he's brilliant at throwing it down if the defense doesn't stop him.
Zeller passes to Morant. And the Nets, another 3.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat. And you look at what Zeller did on a per-minute basis last year, the scoring and rebounding were up.
And part of that, Greg, was that he also took more three-pointers than ever before. It's certainly not his game, but it seems like every big guy now has to at least be respectable from behind the arc, just the way the game is being played.
And Zeller kicks to Dinwiddie. Pass to Morant. No good on the 3. The Hawks trail by 4. Here's Brown, and finished off by Brown.
We all know how Rose can score the ball, but sometimes I think we dismiss how good of a passer he is.
Outside, Green. Morant against Rose. The pass to Randall. 6 to shoot. Here's Dinwiddie. They get it again. Zeller comes up empty down low. For Atlanta, they've gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Double team on Rose. Here's Ayton, and Ayton throws it down.
And it's the way Ayton uses his body inside. It's what allows him to get so close to the basket.
And he says, right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
And Brown throws it down.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
And here we go. And finished off by Oubre.
Boy, Brown, not just a super athlete, folks, but he's got excellent skills as well. A tremendous floor general.
Dinwiddie passes to Zeller. He kicks it to Morant. Good on the triple. Morant's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for Brooklyn.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Morant against Rose. Double team on Rose. Pass to Hachimura. Here's Ayton. Here's Brown. And no good on the last second attempt this time. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. Their field goal percentage was a... And now with the second...
And And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. It's been a clinic out there by Jaylen Brown.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Randall. He's out there with Cody Zeller. Ja Morant, he's out there with Green. And it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard position. And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table. But in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are three names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Brown outside to the paint, Ayton, and Ayton throws it down.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is. So far, so good to begin this half. They're 3 for 3. Perfect.
Rose kicks to Oubre. That one, no good. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Dinwiddie right side. Down low, and the dunk by Zeller.
Well, you can't allow Zeller to get established like that. I mean, that kind of position, he's going to dunk it easily.
Rose in the post, guarded by Morant. To the inside. It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Rose. Rose has got 6 points.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
For Brooklyn, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. That's good from Morant.
And as good as Morant's been, there's still plenty of upside. One of the younger players to enter the draft in 2019.
And Brown throws it down.
Man, what a pass that was there. He really, really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
Morant scanning the floor. Dinwiddie against Brown.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. No good from outside.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And the wide open shot from Green. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 3 assists now in this one. Rose double teamed. Here's Ayton, and Ayton throws it down.
And this guy, to me, embodies determination. Small at his position, but he still gets up and keeps plays alive. That's mind over matter for sure.
And it's Ayton with the rebound. The Hawks trail by 4. 32 seconds left to play in the third. Brown the pass to Hachimura. Brown against Green. Shot clock at 5. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. Here's Ayton. Brooklyn with the rebound.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And the 3 ball is good. Morant's got the lead up to 7 now for Brooklyn.
Well, this is where we talk about Morant's versatility. He can work off the ball because he's worked so hard on that jumper.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And we'll be right back after this. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. They've got Jaylen Brown. Oubre out there with Hachimura. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's Ayton in at the 5 spot. So that's the Hawks 5.
Hey, Brown is very serious about his scoring. I mean, he's got the green light to fire up from just about anywhere out there, and he takes full advantage of it.
Over in the corner, Green. Hachimura against Randall. And here is Green. Morant outside. Poked away. It's off his leg. And it's being called a kickball. Now Hachimura. 4th quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And just as Kelly Oubre was coming into his own as an NBA starter, a meniscus tear in his right knee ended his season. Now, back in action. We'll see how quickly he can recover his explosive athleticism.
Morant passes to Zeller. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And before the injury, Kelly Oubre playing a career high in minutes. 38 to 40 minutes a game with regularity. G8, do you think that load could have contributed to his injury?
Well, Kevin, all young players want those minutes, but that right knee had troubled him for a while. PRP treatment back in 2017, and perhaps some questions for the Suns training staff.
And he gets the bucket.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Dinwiddie wide open. Rebounded by the Hawks.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a 3-point play. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Nets.
And they've made the long range look like a layup at times in this one, guys.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. You look at Jaylen Brown, what a contribution.
And he continues to burn them with his scoring. And the coaching staff's going to have to come up with a different approach defensively.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He wants them to maintain their balanced attack, but he told them they're doing a great job of finding space out on the perimeter, which has led to all those good shots. He likes the rhythm and the flow of this offense. He just told them, keep shooting it with confidence. Kevin?
And there's Randall on the assist from Green. And the Nets lead by 2.
Calm when it counts. Randall has that clutch DNA.
Rose against Morant. One shot on the way. And yep, finally dropped after rolling around the rim. Rose has got it all tied up now for Atlanta. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the Nets. There's the triple. That shot, no good. So Atlanta will take it the other way. Inside, Ayton kicks to Rose. And Atlanta again with the bucket.
Hey, guys, we know Rose has drilled big shots before. Just add another one to the highlight reel.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Over in the corner, Green. Dinwiddie up top. He's covered by Brown. Dinwiddie's shot is off. Hawks have gotten every shot they've taken so far in the 4th quarter to go in. That's 5 in a row to start the quarter. Rose with the ball. Now Green defending. Ayton wide open. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Takes the three. Drains it from downtown.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 1. There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, John Morant.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their number one option on every trip. He is a great kid. I'd love to see this from a stepping up in the big moment, letting his talent take over.
Dinwiddie up top. That doesn't go either for Dinwiddie. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2.
You know what? We've recently been able to watch in different roles here. I mean, a better, more efficient, more confident player. Man, I love seeing that.
And the perfect time to be perfect at the line. Only a 3 can tie it now.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're behind by 3. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Either way, they got to score the ball.
Morant kicks to Green. No one near Randall as he lets it go. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
Boy, this young kid is fun. Randall proving that the moment, not too big for him.
Timeout called by Nate McMillan. Now here's Rose. Oh, no good. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Atlanta. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one. And it's the Hawks to start out. And always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. On the court right now for the Hawks. Rui Hachimura out there with Ayton. Then there's Kelly Oubre. Then there's Brown. And it's Rose in at the 1 spot.
And he's got such a smooth stroke, and it never changes, even in this kind of a high-pressure situation.
And it's blocked by Brown. He makes his 9th shot of the game. He has only missed 4.
Hey, and with Brown, guys, it doesn't matter what point in the game it is. I mean, he's ready to shoot whenever he has the ball in a good spot.
Here's Dinwiddie, and he banks in the layup.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Rose. And that one's good. Hachimura. Hachimura's got the lead up to 4 now for the Hawks.
One thing you can say about Hachimura, he is not afraid of the challenge.
Zeller trying to free himself up. Dinwiddie's shot is off.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
Second chance shot. And Ayton with the nice bucket inside. And now a 6-point Atlanta lead.
And using that 7'5" wingspan, putting it back off the miss, one of Ayton's specialties.
Brown against Dinwiddie. Got it. And now they trail by just 4.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Passes it to Ayton. Hachimura with it. He's defended by Randall. Back to Hachimura. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They trail by 7. 32 seconds left in overtime. What's your take, guys?
I mean, it's iffy that there's enough time to even get a quick shot and a foul.
I agree with you. Time is not on their side, but that's really their only hope, so I'm sure that's what they'll try to do.
Yes! And now they trail by just 4.
Yeah, you know, he's evolving his offense over time, Julius Randle, and I think the coaching staff is happy to see it. They like to see him take and make these shots.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
And he adds to their lead with some very solid free throws.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're trailing by 6. 26 seconds left to play in the first overtime. In the corner, it's Dinwiddie. And now they decide to foul intentionally. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. Guys, a comeback probably not in the cards at this point.
Yeah, I think you can put a fork in it.
Fires for 3. It's hauled in by Brown.
And guys, overtime not nearly as competitive as regulation. They'd used up all their energy just getting it to overtime.
Done with it. And so the Hawks take the win. And they had some nervous. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining.